the victory lap. God, you saw fit to make me a racer, racing around the track of life. I'm so glad I'm on this circuit with my friends, my family, and yes, even my life. Though the track is sometimes slippery and it's not always real well lit, for the most part, I've been competitive, and I really enjoyed the trip. I didn't think it would be perfect, free from yellows, free from repair, but I'm circling that racetrack, finding more enjoyment there. The white flag is waving, life's track is way too quick. 4 turns and I'll be finished. I'll meet you in my pit. And now I have you as my crew chief, Lord. I'm racing on heaven's track. I look forward to taking the checkered and driving my victory lap. Friends, we have gathered here in our grief to praise God and witness to our faith. We come together in grief, acknowledging our human loss of one so young, Tanner John Pelster. May God grant us grace that in pain we find comfort, in sorrow hope, and in resurrection from our death. We are gathered here today to pay homage to this young man who lived life to the fullest with no regrets about anything. Well, maybe a few. We are all called to run this race called life. Some live to be 100 while others see their heavenly reward much sooner. Tanner has lived 24 years of life as if each day were his last. He loved life, he loved family, he loved racing. He enjoyed every moment. That was a backfire, by the way. He enjoyed every moment and did not let any grass grow beneath his wheels. He leaves behind a legacy of joy and laughter. His 4 sisters, who since birth have been his guardian protectors. He leaves behind nieces and nephews who adore him. He leaves behind his parents who still feel his presence in their remembrances of who he is in their hearts. I heard it said that when a cardinal rests in your backyard, it's a gift from heaven looking down upon you to reassure you that your loved one is okay. I believe that. We have been blessed by many cardinals in our neighborhood this summer. I wonder which one is Tanner. It's God's love showered upon us for such a time as this. We find words of comfort and assurance in the 23rd Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you, O Lord, are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. As we prepare to reflect on his life with words as only a mother can share, listen to the words of the song, Jealous of the Angels, recorded by Donna Taggart.
Didn't know today would be our last, that I'd have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb I can't feel anymore. I'm praying you always made my troubles feel so small. You were always there to catch me when I'd fall. In a world where heroes come and go, well, God just took the only one I know. So I'll hold you as close as I can, longing for the day when I see your face again. But until then, God must need another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight, singing I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight.
Okay, I found this notebook. Tanner had it in high school, never used it. But you'll figure out later, evidently, why I picked this notebook. On Saturday, January 18th, 1997 at 2:13 p.m., my world changed for the best by giving birth to a baby boy. I was expecting another girl, but you surprised us in more ways than one. The first time I have ever felt coarse hair on a baby. I stared at you all night that first night, wondering and worrying how I was going to take care of a baby boy. I didn't think there could be any child more wild than your sissy Taylor. But you proved me wrong. You pushed my buttons every chance you got. You drove me crazy. You tested me to my limits. You laughed when I spanked you, and you ran from me giggling. You didn't know this, and I never told you, but I was giggling too, chasing that little white-haired boy of mine. I would do it all over again. Not a single thing I would change. I always teased you that I could have given you away from 3 to 15, but that was not really true. You always said back to me that they would just give you right back. On Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021 at 4:39 p.m., my life changed for the worst. My worst nightmare, any mother's nightmare. The dreaded call that your child, your boy, your only boy, your baby boy was in an accident and passed away. A club you never wanted to be part of, ever, with any of your children or grandchildren. Dad and I rushed to you as fast as we could in disbelief. I was already wondering and worrying how I was going to take care of you, because in my mind,
You were just seriously hurt. But that wasn't the case. I found myself sitting in a wet, sloppy, snowy mud, holding the only thing I could see from the white blanket draped over you, your ankle and your black work boots, and just staring at you again. Only this time, I was trying to figure out how I was going to go on without my baby boy that had grown into a man. A man who came running. When Dad and I, his sisters, brother-in-laws, nieces, nephews, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, acquaintances, or just people on the street needed your help. It's going to take all 4 of your sisters, 4 brother-in-laws, 5 nieces, and 5 nephews to do for us what you did for us. I feel I'm stuck in this never-ending nightmare. I keep hoping you'll walk through the door and leave a streak in my freshly scrubbed toilet. Somehow you always knew when I cleaned it, and I'd bitch. I keep hoping for a text to get your meds or check your appointments and check when your appointments are because you forgot or you lost your card. I keep hoping that loud red pickup to sit out front of the house, revving and revving until I'd come to the window and wave. Then you'd squeal your tires and I'd shake my finger at you while giggling. Now that red pickup sits in our backyard. I keep hoping for one of your texts with a silly question. I keep hoping you'll stop by for one of our talks and tell me not to tell Dad and or my sisters. I keep hoping for a text or phone call when you needed encouragement or support. I keep hoping for any text, phone call, message, or visit from you. I don't like this new journey I'm on. My world is turned upside down. My heart hurts constantly. I'm not who I was before and probably never will be, but I will do my damnedest for your sisters, your brother-in-laws, nieces, and nephews to carry on the best I can. I miss our talks, your laugh, your smile, your orneriness, your quirky looks at me, your smell, your goofiness, your humor, your voice, your singing and dancing, and you calling me crackhead. I really miss Mom. I'm going to miss not being mother of the groom. What I'm going to miss the most and what really gets to me is I'm never going to be a grandma to your kids. I've always hoped for a mini you. Although I can see it in every one of your nieces and nephews. I can see a little bit of you in every one of your nieces and nephews. Thank you for that. The only thing I'm not going to miss, sorta, is cleaning your house. We miss and love you, Tanner, more and more each day. The days get harder and harder. You're everywhere in our house. I find more and more of your things I've saved for you to give to your kids. All your toys we both forgot about are still here with us. I clutch them and I cry so hard I can't breathe. I'm still saving your stuff and I'm buying more stuff for you even though you kept telling me to quit. And then turn the page and here's Tanner's some homework. And then he jacked around in school and doodled and doodled more. Spending Dad's money. Quit spending Dad's money. So evidently I'm supposed to use this notebook. I can't help it, Tanner. I can't stop including you in the family. You've made me one proud mama for the way you grew up to be a selfless, caring, sharing, helpful, polite man. The hundreds of people that were at your visitation and funeral, and the thousands of people that attended your memorial race, and the ones here today, proves what a great young man you were. I always worried I failed you as a mother, but I was proven wrong. Thank you for that, Tanner. Thank you for choosing me to be your mom. Your friends and even strangers tell me stories about you. Some I know you probably don't want me to hear, but I love them. I can hear you saying now, Mom, stop. Enough already. Shut up. So I'll end it with one more thing. He hated that when I do that one more thing as he's walking out the door. One of the many poems I started but actually finished. As I lay you down to rest, I hold in the tears my very best. I fought so hard to keep you safe as a boy, but you and God had another story. A life without you gets harder and harder each day. I would have sold my soul to the devil for you to stay. I know you're safe and sound, but it's hard not having you around. Can't wait until we meet again so I can see your silly grin. I miss you and I love you, Tanner John. Okay, one more thing. It was supposed to be kept quiet, but today is my birthday. The reason I'm telling you this is so I can tell you the story of 1 year ago today. I got a new car on my birthday after 11 years. Another story of Tanner. Anyway, Deborah and I took my car to Norfolk for the day shopping. I missed a call from Tanner while unloading Deborah's purchases. On the way home from Deborah's, just turning on 11th Street, I listened to Tanner's voicemail, not knowing the kids were waiting patiently or impatiently for me to get home. He thought his message would get me home quick, and it did. I put my pedal to the metal and sped down 11th Street, just blocks from home.
Mom, I'm in jail. I need you to come bail me out.
Did everybody hear that? Okay. One more thing, I promise. Delmer and I just met Pastor Lindy, what I call her, on Tuesday night. During our visit, she told us she had lost a daughter 29 years ago at the age of 17. Her daughter Trina's birthday just so happens to be today also. When she told us that, I just cried. That's when I knew why she was put in my path of life. I also believe Tanner had his hand in it with Trina's help. So, happy heavenly birthday, Trina. Oops, one more thing. Happy heavenly birthday to my birthday buddy, Deli Low.
Well, as we prepare for the final committal, listen to the words of this song that explains what Tanner and Trina are doing in heaven, dancing in the sky. Recorded by Danny and Lizzie.
Tell me why